Well, the sports harvester has now got its little brother. Oh, cue the music! So first up is French temporary marking. This is by Kaimara, 16.62 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under decorations. Now, I have laid these out in, there's method to me madness. So basically, all of these are the different ones here. As you're going down, no problem, fair enough. But some of them have got customization options, so that's how I've laid them out. So that's one section all on its own. Then you've got the second one, which is obviously going to be that bit. And the third one, which is going to be that bit, and so on and so on. So if they've only got one, there's only one there. There's no customization options. But obviously, as the name would suggest, French temporary marking. So if you're doing a bit of role playing with the old roadworks or whatever, and you speak French, I mean, I don't know what any of these mean. I mean, the writing, yeah, I don't understand French. These, I mean, you can get a good idea. Obviously, you know, road narrows, traffic lights, humps, stone chippings, whatever they mean. I'd imagine that's roadworks. Then you've got your standard symbols, haven't you? No entry, right, left arrows, no parking, 30, 50 mile an hour. And then this one, in the UK, that's the best thing to see on a motorway. It then goes up to normal speed. No roadworks anymore, which is fair enough. But there is one interesting thing. As I was setting up for the old thumbnail, I reversed into these with that harvester. So that means you can knock them over. But I can't pick them up because they don't get picked up. It's having a little bit of a dance on the floor, mind you. But you can't pick those up, which is a bit of an issue. You may need to go and get some sort of forklift truck or whatever to pick it up. But what you can do is you can come over to these ones, which you can pick up. Fair enough. Now, these are going to be found in your old menu in here, in your shop menu. So I'll just come down to mods and DLCs. So much easier. So it's going to be this one here. Again, similar sort of thing as before. You know, you go in, you customize them. I would pick the one that hasn't got any customization options. So you got the, you got your blocks, red and white. You got your different signs, sandbags, yes or no. So any of the ones that you get in this section coming out the shop, obviously you can pick them up, including this little barrier there. Not sure what that means. I mean, no, I'd imagine route is route, though, isn't it? It's going to be the same in most languages. So obviously no through road, something like that. Yeah, all right. I mean, if you're going down the old construction role play, these should sort you out nicely. And next up is the Quicke Ballast Box 800. This is by AW Modding ABP team. 1.55 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under weight. Now, it's got an 800 kilo weight to start with. It's going to cost you 400, and the extra bit is going to be putting some stones in. All right, fair enough indeed. You then got the option of colours. So you got your box colour. We'll go with an orange. There you are. Going to do those bits. The bolts themselves, we'll go with a grey. Oh, they're already grey, aren't they? We'll go with purple. Where are the bolts actually? Being said, they oh, there. Right, where the old crossbar goes on. All right, fair enough. Those bolts, no problem. Decal, obviously that's going to be the decal on the side. And then you've got your bar, which is obviously going to be your bar. All right, fair enough. Something a little different. A little bit of a rock box on the front of your tractor. Next up is the Kubota VS Pack Fertilizer. This is by Rowley Christie 1 VSR Modding Sir. 10.15 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them under fertilizer spreaders. Now, we've got the VS 1350, as the name would suggest. 1350 litres of the old fertilizer each. 42 metre working width and a 12 mile an hour working speed for 18,300. If you go for no labels. I mean, well, why put it as having the labels on it at the shop? You know, just have it as it is. But all right, so you've got the old version or a new version or nothing on there. I mean, if you're going to pay for labels, you might as well get some new stickers, haven't you? But all right, fair enough. Then you can add an extension to 1650 and then 1350. That's your two different options on there. Then your base colour is going to be any one of those if you haven't got the unlimited colour mod on. Right, fair enough. Now you may be thinking, do you know what? Even at 1650, that's a little bit too big for me. I want something a little bit smaller. Well, they've got you covered because they've got the VS 800, as the name would suggest, 800 litre capacity, 24 metre working width, so sort of more or less half of the previous one. 12 mile an hour working speed and 12,350 to buy if you don't go for the stickers. Alright, base colour, change it up, suit what you like. Right, fair enough. Now again, if you think that's a bit too big, they've got an even smaller one. The old VS220. As the name suggests, again, 220 litre capacity, 9 metre working width on this one. So we are getting down to the small shenanigans on that. I mean, you can have an extension on the top that puts up to 330 litres, and then 440, and then back to your 220. Again, stickers, old or new or nothing, and then base colour is obviously going to be your base colour. Alright, fair enough. I mean, you go for the 220 there, that's not going to last that long, let's face it. But alright, fair enough. Definitely one for your small farming shenanigans. Next up is the Kverneland 4140L. This is by Hispano, 8.24 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under mowers. Now, it's going to require 85 horsepower from your tractor, 4 metre working width, and a 13 mile an hour working speed for 20.5 grand to buy. You then got your colour options. You've got your main colour, which is going to be, do you know what, we'll go for grey. Why not? It's going to be the main frame. The design colour is going to be the skirting around the back bits. There we are. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Now, it's one of those side mowers, you know, you tow it behind your tractor like it is. Then when you get to your field, you just push it out to the side. Job's a good one. Right, next up is the Lemken Azurit 9 plus Solitair 23. This is by Repi Gaming, 21.72 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under planters. Now, it's got a 600 litre capacity for your seedage, 150 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 6 metre working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed for 63.5 grand. There is no options, it comes as it is. So you may be thinking, do you know what, 600 litres, that's not a lot. And to be fair, it's not a lot really, especially with a 6 metre. Well, they got you covered because it comes with a seed box. The old Solitair 23, 2,000 litre capacity. I mean, it's got 800 kilo weightage to it. So if you needed a bit of a weight, yeah, you could use this as it is. Oh, no, fair enough. 8 grand to buy. Obviously, hook it up on the front of your tractor with this. Well, I was going to say with the seeder, with the planter, because obviously it is a planter. It's going to do the old planting shenanigans. Have that on the back. Job's a good one. Next up is the Pöttinger Impress 125F Pro. This is by Hispano, 22.79 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under balers. Now, it's going to require 100 horsepower from your tractor, 12 mile an hour working speed, and it's going to do 125 centimetre round bales. Although it is just a baler, there's no wrapping option on the back. So if you're looking for a wrapper combo, yeah, this is not for you. But all right, if you just want to do a little bit of baling of the grass, well, this could fit in nicely. 48 grand to buy if you don't go for the optional extra of having net inside. I mean, you are going to need to fill it up, otherwise it don't work. So entirely up to you. You could have some film binding if you want, or go for empty. You do you. You then got your wheel brands, you've got your Trelleborg, your BKT or Trelleborg again. The main colour is going to be doing those bits. Your design colour, we're going to go over blue so it stands out. It's going to do that bit. Your design colour again, do you know what? We'll go for purple. Why not? It's going to do that bit. Your design colour again. There's lots of design colours. It's going to be doing those bits. And your, what's that? Fourth design colour. Fourth design colour is going to be, we'll go with green. It's going to do that with pretty much everything underneath. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. Got some baling that needs doing. Get one of these on the go. Next up is the Lely AP730. This is by ARM Team. 10.37 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under square balers. Now, this has got a 51 horsepower requirement, which is all right indeed. I mean, old school, small bales, because obviously it's going to be doing 120 centimetre square bales, 7 mile an hour working speed, so low horsepower, jobs are good ones. If you're going for that sort of role play, you know, old school farming shenanigans, this could fit in nicely. It's going to cost you 14 grand, so not that bad. You then got your option of wheel bands, you've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, or Trelleborg again. I mean, you've got your Michelin, it's got some different ones in there. Attacher type, you've got your standard, you've got with toolbar. All right, where is the toolbar? Let's have a little look. Not on there. Is it around the back? Interesting. I see it flickering, but I don't see anything happening. Right, okay, that doesn't... Where's the toolbar? So you got standard or with toolbar, but it doesn't seem to be a toolbar there. Right, okay, fair enough. We'll carry on anyway. So it comes empty. You can have your standard twine or you can have it empty. I mean, you are going to need to put some twine in it anyway. Then you've got your chassis colour, which is going to be your chassis, so your underside bits. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. And then the rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. And now, this is not the only one in the pack. There's an interesting one, which is this one. The AP730C. What's interesting about this, same horsepower requirement, it's going to do 80 centimetre bales on the old squareage. Now, I haven't got a trailer that's going to do auto loading on 80 centimetre square bales. So we're just going to dump them on the ground and pick them up later. So fair enough. 14 grand to buy, same as before. You have got attachment type again with toolbar. Again, it doesn't seem to be adding anything. I'm quite sure what's going on with that, but all right. But your MT or your standard twine, and you've got your same colour options as before. But what I do like about this, when you've got LB and open cover, that's pretty neat. Put your old, was it twine in there? You unfold it, LB and A, then we're going to lower it down. We're going to make some... I have unfolded the toolbar. It's unfolded. Right, there we are. We'll get it going. LB and X, turn it on. LB and B, lower it down. We're going to be making some baby... No, is that not lowered down? Back up a minute. Right, lower it down. There we are. Now we're laughing. I mean, I like the arms in the middle. They're just chaining it all together. Putting it all in with the old twine in there. Just come like that. There you are. I mean, if you've got a big field, you're going to be popping out baby bales left, right and centre. So like, there's one, there's two, there's three. There's three nearly. Look, we'll just we'll turn it off and we'll unload those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 bales come out of there. I mean, look at them. I mean, they're 8. I mean, look at that. You just move them around by hand. You can pick them up. You know, they're only 30 kilo. I say only 30 kilo. I don't go to the gym, so who knows how much is the fee. But I mean, I like that. I like, you could just chuck them in. You get animal pens. You ain't got to worry about, getting the big bales you can't lift up or anything like that. Jobs are good and on that. Right, next up is Lizard SV20R. This is by Agri Design Modding and Dysens Agri. 34.93 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under slurry tankers. Now, it's got a 21,100 litre capacity, 180 horsepower requirement for my tractor, a 14 metre working width. It's interesting because you got that bit on the back. Fair enough, no problem. 9 mile an hour working speed and a 70 grand price tag. You can then change the design, red, green, Samsung, or back to red. So the Samsung's going to change the whole tank and paint everything else black, which is all right. Then you've got your wheel brands, you've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Mitas, Raderstein, back to Trelleborg again. And what we've got there, standard 2s, got some wides in there, they're looking all right. Colour of pipe under tank. So currently got green, we've got grey, oh, so those bits just there. Then got black, then got back to green. Colour of arm pipe, all right, so you've got grey, black, green, and then back to grey again. You've got pipe, you've got short or long. All right, fair enough, fair enough. The lift configuration, yes or no. It's going to be putting that bit on the top. Now, this isn't the only one in the pack. There is 2 different pipe situations. Yeah, so we've got that one there, and we've also got a slightly different one. So we've got this one here. Basically, it's the same options, same capacities, same price. Got a little bit of a different arm on the side. So more of a, if you're going to be going down the whole roll plate, I mean, they're going to fill up, let's face it. They're going to fill up as they normally would do as a tanker. You just put alongside, press left stick in, and it fills up. But if you're going down the old immersiveness, down the old roll plate shenanigans, you might want to lower your pipe into the older slurry pit. Now, this one in particular, for some reason, takes ages. How being right stick up and down? Right. I mean, if you're in a hurry, it probably is quicker ways of doing it. But you lower it all the way down like that, and then you're done. Right, and then when you're done, you've got to lift it all the way back up. And then it's time to go home. But, alright, fair enough. I mean, that's an alright looking tanker, must admit. The old SV, it's like Jaguar Land Rover. That's their special vehicles. Alright, fair enough. Right, next up is the Kuhn GA 8030. This is by Agri Design Austria. 20.71 megabyte on the download. I'm going to find it under windrows. Now, this requires 70 horsepower from your tractor, 7.3 metre working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed for 33,800. You can then change the setups. You've got your standard wheels, you've got your wide tyres, or standard, and the only other option is going to be grey or white. Well, I mean, grey or white on what? I mean, that doesn't seem to be doing much. Oh, it's on the end. It's on the old barge. What is it? It's barge board? Whatever you want to call it. It's going to be that bit there, grey or white. Well, I said that. It's like an old or new logo, isn't it? Well, I like that one, to be fair. All right, no problem. Right, next up is the CLAAS CONVIO Flex Pack. This is by Gef25, 64.79 megabyte to download, and you're going to find it under Harvester headers. Now, we've got the old CONVIO Flex 770, as the name would suggest, 7.7 meter working whip, 6 mile an hour working speed, and a 49 gram price tag, plus a bit of change. You then got your option of crop dividers. You got design 1, design 2, and then back to number 1. Then you got your laser pilot on the left. All right, so it's be putting that right there. All right, fair enough. You can have it on the right, or you can have it on both sides, or nothing. Right, no problem. Now, you may be thinking, do you know what? I've got a bigger harvester than this, and I want to make it a little bit bigger. Well, they got you covered, because you've got 7.7. You've also got this one, the old 930, as the name would suggest, 9.3 meter working width, same options as before. 58 grand for this one. And then you've got the bigger one of the pack, the 1230, as the name would suggest again, 12.3 meter working width for 79,800 on that one. So obviously, if you've got a bigger harvester, go for the bigger header. Why not? Well, next up is the Cressoni Compact 10. This is by SMI Modding Team, 12.66 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under corn headers. Now, it's got a 7.8 meter working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, and an 80 gram price tag. But it's got a little bit of a trick up the sleeve, I must admit. You do have the option of attacher type New Holland John Deere. So around the back there, New Holland John Deere. You got a CLAAS, Case IH, Fent, and then back to your New Holland again. To be fair, doesn't make much difference in the game, so we'll just roll with it anyway. You then got your design colour, so you can have basically whatever you like. Massey Ferguson, John Deere, New Holland, Fent, whatever one you got, you go for it. I mean, I haven't got the unlimited colour mod on, mind you, but you've got still plenty of options there. You could even... hold on a minute. Clicked on pink, and it's still yellow. All right, fair enough. We'll carry on. Now, the old magic trick it's got up its sleeve, it's actually a foldable one, but the way it unfolds, I think it's really ace. So we'll do L, B, and A. Unfold the old header. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? It's not the quickest thing, but it's a bit of poetry in motion, I must admit. So it does this sort of like praying mantis stance, and then it'll do a little bit more. I mean, again, if you're trying to harvest a field and you've got the rain coming in, this could be the difference between getting it done or not. But you know what? I like it. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. Farming is not the breakneck speed of, you know, motivation or whatever. But, you know, you still don't want to be wasting time either. But that's a lot of animation on the go there, I must admit. And then once it's done, we'll finish it up there. So the last bit's coming down. We're going to turn it on. There we are. We can jump out. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is loud. We're going to crouch down. Look at all that underneath. I like that. I like that. I mean, we turn it off as well to that. Far too loud. I do like that. I do like that a lot. I mean, you don't get me wrong. It's going to take a bit of time getting it in and out of the shed, but that is awesome. Well, next up is the New Holland Pack header 5.1 meter. This is by the Design Farmer, 21.51 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Harvester headers. Now, as the name would suggest, 5.1 meter working width. Pretty much written there in the title. 6 mile an hour working speed, 27 grand to buy. There is no options. But what it does come with is a trailer and another one. For some reason, for 1,500, you got this trailer. Not a problem. You then got Sans Plicky Agricole. All right. Is that the sign on the back? There we are. Right. So you got no sign. Then got convoy sign or nothing. No problem. Then you've got your rim colour. Put my teeth in. Going to do your rims. And then we got the second one, which is a 2-axle. All right, fair enough. Spare wheel, yes or no. That looks like it could hold a larger header. I'm just saying. I mean, we have got the old signage on the back. You also got gyro flare 1 and 2. So it's flickering. It's doing something. So LEDs at the back. Oh, I see what it is. It's the beacon. It's number 1, number 2, number 3. LED version, number 2 LED, number 3 LED, then back to your original. And again, you got your rim colours. Right, fair enough. Now, obviously, this would fit in nicely with the New Holland we got coming up. All right, fair enough. Now, New Holland is the New Holland TC5.90 by Just Farming. Yes, it's like I planned out the order. 12.22 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can well imagine, under harvesters. 258 horsepower engine, 12 mile an hour top speed, 6,400 litre on the old grainage tank, on 150 grand to buy. You do have the options of decals, new or old. To be fair, I prefer the old ones. The old blue swoosh from the New Holland. That looks a lot better. Then you got your design. Here we go. Gold edition. Matches up with the old sports harvester. It's bigger, brother. You then got animations. You got your full or your basic one. Now go with full. Gives you a little bit more options. That's all I'm saying with that. Now, here it is in all its glory. The old gold. Fair enough. Now, what I do like about this is when you turn it on, it actually turns the switch on. Turns the ignition on. But if you're outside as well, well, it turns around and do it. The old character does it. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, there's a couple of different groups in here. So first off, we've got the door and steering wheel. So if we do LB and RB together and right stick up and down, is actually going to be doing your door. Right, fair enough. And there's my controller going haywire again. You then do LB and RB even, and right stick up and down. It's going to be doing your steering wheel. What's going on with that? Pressing RB and pressing right, it's actually sending it backwards, which is really random. But okay, fair enough. We then press Y to take it on to the next one. So you've got your maintenance hatches and mirrors. So we have then got LB and RB together and left stick left and right. It's going to be doing the hatch to that side. There we are. You can do a little bit of maintenance. LB and RB together and right stick up and down. It's going to be doing your left mirror. And then if we do RB and right stick and LB together, it's going to be doing your right mirror. Then we spin it around this side. We've got RB and right stick up and down. Going to be doing that flap. And then RB and right stick left and right. It's going to be doing that one. So you could potentially, go down a role play scenario. Go pick it up, have a little bit of a clear out. Do a... Well, you don't do your points anymore. That's like proper old school, that is. A little bit of maintenance. I mean, there's always going to be stuff built up under there, isn't there? Bit of straw, bit of rubbish you need to get rid of. That's ace. But next up is the JCB 412S. This is by Sully, 10.71 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under wheel loaders. Now, it's got 130 horsepower engine, 18 mile an hour top speed, and a 40 grand price tag. You do have the option to change the wheel bands. You've got your Trelleborg, your Michelin, your Continental, BKT, Raider Stein, and then Trelleborg again. There's a couple of different versions on the go in there. You've got standard 2s. I mean, to be fair, the standard 2s, that definitely looks like quarry style. Okay, fair enough. Mudguards, yes or no, you can be putting those on there. But next up is the Pinnacle 6x4 pack. This is by owner Emery, 26.43 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trucks. Now, it's got a 425 horsepower engine, 49 mile an hour top speed, and a 93.5 grand price tag. You do have the option to change the engine horsepower. You can go up to 455, and then 505, and then back to 425. You then got your option of beacons, number 1 and number 2. It's going to be on the back here. There we are. So number 1, number 2, then number 3, and then number 1 again. You also have the option of day cab premium, yes or no. Then got your attachers, got a trailer hitch, which is all right. Then got nothing again. You can then change your main colour, which is going to be that bit. Well, that's a bit bright. Do you know, we'll go back with the red, actually. We've got the Mack Trucks red. That's much better. You then got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, you may be thinking, do you know what? I don't need a flat back, flatbed, trailer, whatever you want to call it, towing trailer. I need something a little different. Well, they've got you covered because they've got the dumper truck. Fair enough. It's going to have a same horsepower engine, 14,000 litre capacity. Well, you can change that to the flatbed version or back to the dumper truck itself. Then you've got pretty much the same options. I mean, you can change it to 16,000 litre and 18,000 or back to 14,000 on the capacity. And you obviously got the colour options for the back as well. So we'll go for grey. That's going to be doing the framework. Then you've got dumper colour number 2. Is going to be doing, obviously, the inserts. Now, if you don't fancy that, unless you fancy a tractor, a trailer with a tank on the back, There you are. What's going on with my words today? We've got this one here. So same engines options again. 14,000 litre capacity on the old tank. You've got 16,000, 18,000, 20,000, 22,000 litre capacity. So you're going from 14,000 to 22,000 for $4 extra. That is not bad at all. You do have the option to change the tank colour as well. I will say, do you know what? Sort of like stainless steel. That's not looking bad at all. But to be fair, I think I'd go for chrome. You know, in a magpie, his shiny things. All right, fair enough indeed. Now, there is one thing I will say. If you've got a tall vehicle on the back, don't get me wrong, right? It's unfolds all right actually. I'll be an A. Put some little support stands down. There you are. Down goes the ramps. And it has got straps as well to keep things tied down. But if it's a little bit top heavy, we could be having a problem. I mean, not going fast enough, am I? So let's get a bit of speed up. See if we can really get it up on the side. And oh, there we are. And we're down. Can we sort it out? Oh, we rescued ourselves. We scratched the side, mind you, but we're right. We're right to do it. To be fair, that's an alright truck, that is. And the last mod for the day is the map Welcome to Lehndorf. This is by Franken Power, 420.63 megabyte on the download. And there is a required mod. It didn't say on the website it needed a required mod, but it did actually force me to download the Salvage Horsch Pack. So it made me come out of the old map menu and then download that, and then we can go back in. But all right, fair enough. One mod, that's all right. That's all right indeed. Now, if you're coming on New Farmer, you're going to be using 1,007 slots. Also, if you come on New Farmer, you're going to be owning a bit of land, which is going to be the main start farm area here, number 22. You also own number 12, own number 12. You also own this area up here, number 19, and then field number 1 there. Now, the fields, there's not many of them, and to be fair, they are kind of expensive. I mean, this one here, field number 7, 3.6 million. I mean, to be fair, it is most of the map. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, if you bought that one, and then you bought this field here, number 8, 2.9, that's got to be half the map, more or less, anyway. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of expensive. We're just starting out anyway. Maybe you can make a bit of cash off of these two. I mean, they do look small in comparison, but I'd imagine you're still going to get a fairly decent bit of stuff of it anyway. Now, talking of stuff, we have got some new stuff as well. So we have got some new things here. So we've got hummus active, mustard, silage maize, rye, triticale, spelt, veg rye, green rye, and field grass as well to add in to your whole croppage shenanigans. Right, so we are here at the start farm on New Farmer. We're going to come into the gate. We'll open up it like that. There we are. Nice little set of gates. We're going to come over here, and we have got a sleep trigger just there for you. We're going to come around to the right-hand side, past the bike sheds. You're going to have a little cigarette whilst you're there, like when you're back at school. No problem. We're coming here. We've got a bit of storage on the go. You've also got this little facility here. So what's this going to be doing? We'll click on that. So you're going to be making, well, you're making some seeds, some pig food, potatoes. Well, that's just storing potatoes, really, and red beets. All right, so a little storage area there. Then we'll come over here, and we got, well, it says there, LPG filling station there. All right, so that's going to be for your, oh, that's your potatoes and shenanigans. We've got another little facility there. I mean, that's going to be your pallets coming out there, isn't it? Right, fair enough. So we'll come out of there, out of that door, and carry on round. I mean, there's plenty of storage, and we'll come back to that in a minute, because there is something interesting about this map. We'll just say that right now. So you come in there, and we've got a grain storage. So you load in and load out just there as well. Not bad, I like that. And we'll come around here. Again, you've got more storage on the go. There's plenty going on. You're not going to be short of space to store some stuff. We'll open up that door. There we are. Then we've got another loading in point. Interesting. So what's around here? What's behind door number 2? There you are. LPG seeds. So your loading in point is going to be that side. So with this one, obviously you can be making seeds out of whatever crop you've got left over. You're going to make some seeds for the next round. go for it. So we'll come out of that door. I imagine this is going to be your taking out point. Yep, there you are. There's your pipe. We've also got here saying we've got a little. That's the door we went in. It's saying here, right? If we go back into the map, right, we'll have a little zoom in there. It's a. Oh no, that is the side. Carry on. Losing me marbles today. We'll carry on. Yeah, I thought that was a little filling station, but it's not. We'll carry on. You've also got a loading in point there for your seat. Oh, that's interesting. So if we go, open up that door, so there's nothing in there. It's got a loading in point there. We've also got a loading in point here. Alright, we've got a bit of outside storage there. And we'll come over here, and we've got another building. So have a little look inside here. Open up that door. There we are. So once you're inside, a little bit of a workshop on the go. Alright, a little bit of a storage area. There's your workshop trigger just there for you. We'll open up that door. We'll come out here. And then we've got a bit more space around here. We've got another little building over here as well. So we'll open up that door. There we are. So another little workshop on the go in there. Oh, what's down there? We've got a little office down here. Let's have a little look. Down here, a little table and desk. Well, a table. I was going to say table and chairs. We've got a little desk and chair. A bit of a waiting room. So you could potentially use this as like your business. I mean, that's not bad. We'll come out of that door. And over here, here's your filling station. This is going to be an LPG gas station. We go inside. Yes, we can. So in here, it's going to be your filling up icon. So 15,000 litres of diesel going in there. And obviously, you take it out. Well, you put it in your vehicle at that bit. Right, so that's your start farm. Now, the interesting thing about this is the lack of equipment. I say lack of equipment. There is one thing, which is this here. It's a Karcher pressure washer. That's the only piece of equipment we've got on New Farmer. Now, even if we go into the menu and we go across to the vehicles that we own, that's the only one we've got. Which is interesting. You may want to start with £1 million then, because you're going to need some cash. I mean, you could do some contracts. I mean, actually, let's have a little look. Contracts, what we're doing. So there's no new contracts. I mean, there is contracts there. There's nothing available right now. I mean, there's some decently sized fields. You get some good contracts on there, you should be all right. You should be making money, no problem. But you've got no equipment to start with. All right, fair enough. I mean, we'll have a little flyover to finish, and we'll just see how big this field. The one in the middle was like, what was that, 3.6 million? I mean, look at it. Look how big it is. I mean, if you had this one here, I mean, cut the trees down, plough those little bits out, so you have just got one unbroken field. And then have this one over here as well. I mean, there is a path there. You probably could potentially plough over that as well. I mean, you'd have a massive field. I mean, this is grass at the minute, mind you. You plough that out, no problem. You'd be making money, no problem. We've got one update for the day. We've got the map out in Missouri by Seller Bookie. Now, it does say, due to the amount of changes, a new save game is strongly required. And to be fair, on the website, there's a huge list. So, yeah, you probably are going to need a new save on that one.